What are the government threats that cause exchanges to geoblock users? Do you see this becoming less of an issue as institutional money flows into crypto? Of course, anyone who's in America knows how difficult it is to do anything fun.
Yeah, look, maybe I'll be a bit of a killjoy here. I mean, I think regulation is going to get better. It's going to become more standardized globally. But that may not be what private investors want to hear. Right? I personally am a free market libertarian, so it is very much buyer beware. If customers want to trade it, I'd let them trade it within reason. But we also need to protect the uninformed. So, for example, in the United Kingdom, we recently, the FCA banned leverage on crypto.
Right.
I think that's probably the right thing to do at the moment with an asset class that's so volatile. Remember, people have short memories. Bitcoin traded 4,000 or 3.8 last March.
I remember it.
Yeah, you and me both, right? It's a scary day. But it's okay. That day, oil traded below zero. We thought Bitcoin was going to zero, but it didn't. So, look, I think it's becoming more standard. I also think this is a good thing. It's becoming legitimized through that regulation. As soon as they build a framework, it means they're allowing it. They're not criminalizing it. But, we all might have to get used to filling in the standard KYC AML docs that you would do if you were opening up a stockbroker. It's just the way it is. I think we should protect private investors, but allow them to engage. And in the UK, I talk a lot from a UK standpoint. That's where I'm regulated by the FCA at the moment. And we do things like, you have to perform a suitability test. Have you traded this before? Do you understand leverage? Tell me your experience. So I think that's a good thing, but globally, it's being accepted. But it certainly won't be the Wild West. I mean, I do think it's irresponsible to allow private investors to leverage such a volatile asset class 100 times, right? You're seeing 400 times.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like there's a happy medium. Like, for example, I know in the United States, cracking can allow 5%, and that's about the extent of what Americans, maybe that's more reasonable than people touching 100x leverage, which gets you liquidated before you can even hit the buy button.
Yeah. And actually, when I look at regulators globally, I'm not sensing a lot of wanting to close this thing down. And that's what the fear is. The fear is they want to close it down. I don't think they want to close it down, but they'll do want to create a framework. Remember, it's still very nascent. It's still very small in terms of all the asset classes in the world. To put it in perspective, foreign exchange trades $7 trillion every day. Yeah. The cap of Bitcoin's just around $1 trillion. Right? So that just gives you an idea. So I think globally we're creating a framework. It'll make it work better, but people sometimes confuse regulation with what is AML compliance. I mean, that's just been in place for over a decade now. We have to follow FATF guidelines, and it's basically so that we can, exclude the criminals, if you like, from our financial services environment. So I think we should get used to that, and then hopefully the framework will allow us to breathe, allow us to try things, and allow us to trade.